All right, welcome to the DieHard Racing League Truck Series, Clocks by Christopher Series here at Las Vegas. We are SR Broadcasting. My name's Adam Baker. I'm here with Wingnut. And Wingnut, you got a copy?
Yeah, brother.
All right. Well, I think we're in for a pretty exciting race here tonight. 133 lap race out here in the desert at Las Vegas. What are your thoughts?
Man, I can see the casino from here. Do I have to be in here? Can I leave? I want to go to the casinos right now.
You might save some money by staying in here. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
But you're right. It's a desert, man, because it is hot.
Yeah, speaking of that, let's take a look at the weather. It looks like 71 degree air temp, so it's actually not too bad today. We have had kind of a cold spell running through the states here. 79 degree track temp, so pretty reasonable, although we were hearing the truck can be a handful on the long run, so I would expect that to come into play as the race goes on. We're just finishing up qualifying here. It looks like there's about 45 seconds left. Seth Schultz is currently sitting on the pole with a pretty solid lap there at 30.646, 500ths faster than second place Rodney Kramer, and then Patrick Desaunier and David Kamara and Caleb Thompson rounding out the top 5 right now. So pretty good times up in there.
The point is also one of their first races in the truck, so there's gonna be some guys still poke out being fast, but other people that have only, as far as I can say, just kind of showed up for speed. Desaunier's always been like a top 10 driver, but he's already top 3 in quality right now. So these trucks could shake it up a bit for sure.
Yeah, definitely trying to make a statement here early in the season. This is the second race of the year. We didn't broadcast last week because we didn't have anybody available, but yeah, these guys are just getting going on this new season here in the trucks, and really looking forward to broadcasting the rest of the races this season. Looks like qualifying is just wrapping up here. Let's go to our grid. Let's get a good camera view set up. Tonight's race, again, is brought to you by Clocks by Christopher. So we want to give them a shout out for sponsoring this series and this league. And check those guys out. Clocks by Christopher. Yeah, let's just jump right into the grid here. Seth Schultz is going to be the pole sitter. Rodney Kramer is going to roll off second. Third place is going to be Patrick Desaunier, and then fourth place David Kamara. Caleb Thompson's going to roll off fifth. Todd Cray sixth. Ron Hollifield seventh. Josue Telez rolling off eighth. Kirk Sagert rolling off ninth, and Robert Barrett's going to round out the top 10.
Then we got Brad Spadlin in 11th, Adam Matson 12th, James Brown sitting back in 13th, Art Peck in 14th, Jay Felton 15th, Josh Stewart 16th, Christopher Munga in 17th, Adam Nowemski 18th, Bruce Pearson 19th, and then we've got Cody Franklin on 20th. And the last 6 drivers did not take times. We have Mike Majors, Thomas McBride, Rusty Farrell, Travis Bennett, Joshua Kane, Frederick Hofstetter, Adam Lewis, and rounding out the last driver is Kenneth Saget.
Awesome. So a pretty good sized field here tonight.
I do want to point out as well that we have 4 new drivers to the league that I can see. Christopher Munga, Travis Bennett, Joshua Kane, and what was the other one? Well, I've lost them already. Wait, no, it might be 3. It was 3.
Yeah, just the 3. Yeah, but
I could have sworn.
Yeah, just 3 new drivers here. They're going to have the asterisks by their name up in the ticker, so keep an eye out for those guys. And I'm a new broadcaster to this league, so I'm not familiar with all these guys, but I will do my best pronouncing their names throughout the night. Wingnut, you're definitely the one to to correct me if I'm wrong. But
no, you got Josue right the first time.
Yeah.
Me and Paul have been getting Josue wrong for like the entire season, and you get it right the first go, mate. You're gonna be teaching me a few bit about the names. And look at that, Seth Schultz electing for the outside immediately.
Yeah, so that's an interesting choice. Maybe going to try and get a jump on the start. I'm not sure if they go on green here. Do you know the rules here, Wingnut?
I actually can't remember.
Okay.
Why can't I remember that?
I guess we'll find out. It'll be pretty obvious once they get going. So yeah, Seth Schultz picking the outside, and then who's that to his inside? My tracker is
Rodney Kramer.
Rodney Kramer to his inside.
There's been some interesting things as well. For instance, seeing Josh Stewart back in 16th, that's a surprise from that guy. He's been redonkulously fast. I'm not sure if he won last season or if he was second place. So him that far back is interesting. These guys with these new trucks. So let's see how they go.
Yeah,
and Robert Barris is doing Robert Barris thing, starting in 10th. watch him move forward near the end. He always does.
Yeah, some guys to look out for sure. We've got a few guys over here who race over in the Somo Racing League as well in the trucks, and so I'm familiar with some of those guys, and I can give some insight on how they race. But it looks like pace car is in. Seth Schultz.
He's going green. And there's the green.
There's the green flag. Took a while for it to come out, but he gets a pretty good jump there. He's already pretty much cleared the 6 truck.
Yeah. Have you heard Rodney is coming back? Look at that. He's actually coming back alongside him a little bit.
Yeah,
I think Seth's going to get this first corner.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the short route is that inside line for sure, and these trucks aren't up to speed until they get out of turn 2. Looks like the 6 of Rodney Kramer able to pull up in front of Seth Schultz and clear him. And
looks
we've
like
got some jostling.
That choice might have been a problem for him.
Yep, but here comes.
Actually, he's fighting back.
Yep, looking to the inside right now on the 6 truck going through turns 3 and 4. It's right down by that white line, and I think we'll see a lot of different lines run here tonight. You can run the high line. You can run the high line and the low line as well. But yeah, it looks like the 31 of Schultz gets by.
There's going to be a while to see which line works for these guys, because obviously things change across the track, and it may change by the end, but we'll see a line somewhere sooner or later start winning, and then that's going to be the one everyone fights for.
Oh yeah,
Kramer's trying the inside of Seth again.
We got a truck way down by the apron. I'm not sure who that is. Can't see what number he is.
And Kramer back on the inside of Seth now. He's actually got back ahead of him, so he's going to probably lead this lap.
Yep, side by side at the line. The 6 does take that lap. And let's look back a little bit.
Back, we almost went 3 wide for a moment there. David Mera, Tassoni, and Cray. No, not Cray, sorry, hold on. Caleb Thompson, there he is.
Yep, they got it all sorted out, though. And looks like the 4 and 93 are still side by side. Caleb Thompson and Desaunier.
Just so much going on right now. It's like fights all across the field. Like, this is crazy. It's beautiful.
Yeah, some good racing for sure. There's not a lot of rubber on the track, too, I just noticed. So, not sure how the track will change over time. Maybe just tighten up a bit. These guys said they were complaining about getting loose after about 20 laps, but it felt pretty good.
Thing, yeah. They're going to be able to fight half of this first 20 laps, but after that, it's going to start getting scary loose. And I don't think it's going to be this close quarters at that point in the race. But Seth fighting back on the outside line, look at that. He's actually getting an amazing run out of 2. He's actually going to almost clear Rodney again. Hopefully he can get ahead of him.
Yeah, the high line.
Thompson is still alongside Patrick Desaunier.
High line, you can definitely stay in the throttle a bit longer, and also.
Oh, it's Camara.
Yep, Camara making a move to the inside of the 6. Looks like the 6 lost a lot of speed coming out of turn 4. Not sure what happened, but here comes the 4 truck of Caleb Thompson also looking to the inside. Right down by that white line. He's able to get a pretty good run through the center and stay alongside. And behind them, Todd Cray and Desaunier are stacked up.
Might have maybe cooked his tires a bit in that first stint there, just pushing it hard. He might have to cool him down a bit on the outside. We have to see if Kramer can get his pace back. As it looks like Caleb is trying the inside still.
Yep, those guys still side by side. 21 is just waiting for something to happen, almost peaking 3 wide in the center, but yeah, he chooses to stay back wisely. Still right there, though. Maybe he just wants some Diet Coke. Just trying to get close enough to get a sip, but just hanging out right behind him. Now to the outside of the 4 truck of Caleb Thompson.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you want Diet Coke when there's a Captain Morgan truck somewhere in the field.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. Let's take a look a little farther back and see where Josh Stewart is, currently in 13th, so he's moved up
We're almost going
spots.
3 wide right near the back, actually. We are 3 wide. Kenneth Sager, James Brown, and Christopher Mungo almost went fully 3 wide there.
Let's take a look.
And it looks like Mungo's gotten past James Brown. James Brown's now being passed by Bruce Pearson.
Yep.
It looks like Kenneth Sager and Christopher Mungo have broken free from that.
Yep, so that's all straightened out now. Let's take a look a little farther up, and we've got
between Nowensky and Thomas McBride as well.
Yeah, right now, Tellez and Brad Speidel, those guys side by side at the line. And right behind them is Jay Felton.
And Robert Barris. Barris is going
Barris.
on the inside there. Like I said, watching him slowly move forward, he starts pushing forward slowly and carefully. I don't think I've ever seen him really screw it up. He's always just been really calm.
Oh, we got some contact farther up. Who's that? Caleb Thompson.
And with 3 wide, Thompson, Holyfield, and Sony. It looks like Holyfield essentially got squeezed out of that.
Yeah, it looks like Kramer has some pretty heavy.
Here we go.
Oh, they're going
Thompson
around.
and Sony are around. Looks like Sony lost control and hit Thompson there. They are off the track though, so I don't believe they're going to get a caution at all. Never mind, we have Thompson on the track.
No caution.
There's the caution.
There it is. Yep.
That was a bit delayed.
Let's take a look back and see exactly what happened. The 93. It looks like he just got loose coming out of the turn right in front of Ron Holyfield. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened was like. Wham! Look at that. Just gone. Actually, Ron Holtwood got away with that one scot-free, which is nice. Because that was right in front of him. You hate beating that guy at that moment.
Yeah, it looks like 93. Yeah, a little bit of net code. They didn't actually touch physically. I think they would have, even if the net code hadn't happened.
Yeah, it was still going to happen.
Yeah, but yeah, 93 going around. What was the other truck involved?
It was a Sonia, and it was the
Ford.
Thompson.
Yeah, yeah. And I think right before that, the 93 and what truck was that? The Diet Coke truck got together, and yeah, that truck has quite a bit of damage as well on the right front. So
one thing I will say is that Ron Holtwood, the Kodak, must have taken a lot of pictures with that, the Kodak truck.
Yeah, that was very close. Just able to avoid it. I think he maybe made a little bit of contact, but no damage to the truck. So good job by Ron there.
That brings Holtwood into 4th too, so well done to him.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's this pit stop? I don't think we're going to see any right sides only. I don't think we're going to see lefts either, though. I don't think anyone's going to try that. I think it's going to just be 4 tires every time.
Yeah, we're taking a look here at the end of pit lane. Let's see.
Well, Barris sticking alongside Kurt Sagan in the pits. And he's good.
Art Peck chose to stay out. Not sure exactly what the tactic is there. Maybe just trying to lead a lap. And it looks like...
Oh, and Rodney Kramer misses his stall.
Yep. Kramer was the one involved. I think he's got that right front damage. I can't quite get a good
right front
view of that.
And rear damage.
And it looks like we maybe had a 2-tire stop. Robert Barris. Trying some strategy. Right
sides only too. That is ballsy considering what we're seeing these trucks do. That's interesting. But see Barris already moving to the front now. If there's another caution pops up, this is a big win for him.
Yeah, I mean,
and Todd Craig gets out ahead of Todd Craig, Camara, and Ron Holtwood and Josh Stewart all get out ahead of where is he? Does he lift a pitch yet? Looking for Kramer. Yeah, where is he?
He is still on pit road. He had pretty heavy right front damage, so I think he was just taking the time to get that fixed, and he's rolling out right now.
Ouch. But, I mean, now's the time, I guess, but damn.
Yeah, he had lost a bunch of positions when they made contact up there, so probably was going to affect him. It looked pretty serious, the quick clip that I got of him. But right now, Art Peck and Cody Franklin both stayed out.
Yep. And behind them, Robert Barris on right sides only. So there's going to be 3 cars that will probably be slower, or at least less stable. In front of Seth Schultz, Craig, Camara, Holyfield.
Yeah, it looks like
2 of these guys might on rights only, actually.
I think Franklin actually went down pit lane. It's showing a time for him on pit lane, but didn't stop at his box. So maybe he just made a mistake and decided to, just not take the tires or fuel and just roll off pit road. But right now, yeah, these guys are stacking up side by side, and Art Peck is going to be the one leading them to the green flag.
Yep. I was curious, remember, I thought that maybe Josh Stewart had done rights only. He just had a really good stop. Comes out in 8th position.
Yeah, 14.1. That was, I believe, the fastest time on pit road, so great stop by his crew.
I think we might have to check his crew for cocaine, because, wow, that's amazing. 2 positions in the pits, man. Even the pits, you can gain spots.
Yep. Yeah, so looking at Art Peck and Cody Franklin, 2 guys on old tires, and then we've got 2 tires on Robert Barris, who's on the inside. And we'll see how that works for him. I think it should help him if he can get in front of these 2 slower trucks pretty quickly. He might be able to separate from the rest of the
yeah, if
trucks.
Barris can get ahead of these guys and run away, he's got a chance. But I think if Seth Schultz is banging on his rear door or ahead of him, he's not going to catch him. So he's got to get past these guys ahead of him, which means that we might have a bit of a chaotic start here.
Yep, and Art Peck off and going. Cody Franklin did not get a great jump there, and then the 31 of Seth Schultz was able to take advantage and go right to his outside. But Robert Barris kind of stuck behind the 13 right now. And
nowhere to go,
yeah, it didn't look like they got very good restarts, actually. Maybe just weren't anticipating that 36 going so soon after the pace car went off, but there's pretty good separation between those. It looks like Barris gets in the line, and a lot of these drivers already going single file.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's already found their places, calmed down a bit. We still have side by side with Thomas McBride and Adam Matz, but wait a lap and everyone will start coming back together again, I know it.
Yeah,
and here we go already, Seth Schultz, the inside of Cody Franklin.
Schultz making the move down there, and 13 going really high. Here comes Robert Barris peeking to the inside. Might be
I don't
able
know
to
if I'm
clear.
seeing things, but I swear I'm watching Craig Franklin's car starting to get loose there, but he's holding it. Lost a lot of pace.
Yeah, he lost a ton of time. Robert Barris was able to get in front of him and take over third position. Here goes Seth Schultz, right on by the 36 of Art Peck. Robert Barris with a great
right
run.
behind too. Wow.
He's peeking to the inside of the 36. Here comes the 72 as well. David Camara coming into third place here, passing the 36 on the inside line. Right behind him is the 21 of Todd Cray. So these guys already passing up the slower trucks on older tires. Robert Barris trying to throw a block on the 72 of David Camara, able to hold it back for right now, but we'll see how those two tires do as the run goes on.
Yeah, the wall is being blocked by another wall, apparently.
Yep.
But like I said, Camara is getting alongside him. He's actually got a bit of overlap now, which means he could test him into turns 1 and 2.
So those guys are battling, as well as Ron Hollifield going by Cody Franklin right now, and Jay Felton right behind Ron Hollifield. So those guys are familiar with each other, running over in Somo. But
you see Jay Felton, the Southern gentleman, doing some pushing forward.
Yep, Robert Barris getting passed up now by the 72 of Camara, and side by side with Todd Cray. So
that right side is going to start to hurt a bit more and more. His trucks are already getting loose at 20 laps. He's already got bad tires on one side, so he's already going to get loose even quicker. So he's holding on for dear life now, I think.
Yeah, I can see that truck wanting to try and rotate, and I don't think he wants it to rotate the way it is. So
yeah,
if we look a little,
there's good rotation, there's bad rotation. He's getting
definitely
more bad right now.
If we take a look a little farther back, it looks like Thomas McBride and Adam Matz still side by side, right behind the 40 truck of Kirk Sagert. And
a bit of a fight as well developing with Jose Tuelas and Cody Franklin as well. As Franklin's falling back more and more on those old tires.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a hard time for sure. Art Peck is still doing a decent job, just getting passed up now by Ron Hollifield. Here comes Jay Felton to the back bumper of the 36. He's probably going to peek to the inside here. I think those guys know that they're at a significant disadvantage and just trying to give some room. It looks like they're doing a pretty good job of that.
And he comes Jay Felton the inside of Art Peck as well.
Yeah, pretty good run for him there. Art Peck giving him plenty of room. And Jay goes to the inside line, able to complete the pass for the moment. And here comes Brad Speidel right on by as well.
Now, while that's going on, I'm watching the front here. And for a while, Seth had broken away from Camara, but now they're all back together. And Camara's been catching up steadily, and so is Todd Cray. I think Joshua Stewart sitting behind him is also gaining in, so either Seth's lost pace or everyone's getting a lot of pace in the draft because they're all closing up. And we might see either Camara or Cray try something here. Or even Josh Stewart. Stewart has been known for aggression, we'll say.
Yeah, it looks like Cray is trying a slightly different line in turns 3 and 4. He ran like a lane higher on entry that last time, and so we'll see if that works for him. But right now, yeah, all single file. We've got a little battle farther back between Thomas McBride and Josue Tellez. Those guys, I'm gonna get it.
I finally got his name wrong. Yes, you're one of us.
And those guys are working on Art Peck right now, who's continuing to fall, but not quite as quickly as Cody Franklin.
Yeah. Interesting part was Josue Tellez was on the inside of Thomas McBride when we looked at him last. He come back, he's now on the outside of being passed by McBride. So the back and forth going on is amazing to watch.
Yeah, and then a little farther back from them, trying to get a good look at this, it looks like Adam that's going to be a hard one for me to get. Nowimski. Okay, got it. Nowimski. And
it's actually easier than it looks.
Yeah, yeah. The 93 of Desaunier side by side.
Desaunier was actually pretty high on the start, but he's now down in 18th position. I think he's had really good pace, but once you get into the pack, pace doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe he just had an issue on that earlier run or got loose or something. But we didn't see him drop that far back. And yeah, he's running quite a ways back though. And let's take a look.
A few interesting things going on, yeah? Camara's been holding on to the rear of Seth Schultz's tail like a madman, where Cray's backed off a little bit. I wonder if he's backed off intentionally or just can't keep up. I personally think he's trying to save his tires a little bit.
Last lap he did run faster. He was the fastest truck on track. But yeah, he's
sure it wasn't Camara?
Cray ran a 6:36. Oh wait, I'm looking at the best time. Yeah, those guys all running basically the same lap times actually.
Yeah,
but
the fastest one is Camara, but not by much. We're talking like we're splitting hairs here, man.
200.
Actually, the fastest one is Josh Stewart.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
lap, he was faster than everyone. That lap, though, slower by a full 10th also, so...
Yeah, Todd Cray the fastest that time. I'm not sure what he did differently. It looks like he's trying like a later Apex entry, and it seems to be working for him. He's getting a good run out of the turn right on the bumper of David Camara right now.
Yeah, and while that's going on as well, I'm just going to have a mention that Robert Barris with his right sides only, he's still in 5th place. He is not as fast as the guys ahead, but I think he can hold these guys behind him. Got Ron Hollowfoot and Jay Felton and Brad Speidel and Thomas McBride all behind him. If he can hold them off a little bit, he can hopefully hold 5th, but if he can't hold them off, he's going to get trained back to like 10th position.
Yeah, you can see him having a little bit of issue coming out of turn 4 there. Hollowfield was able to close up by at least 1 truck length, but he's within a truck length now. Yeah. Barris really struggling on exit, it seems like. Maybe entry is fine, but I think he's starting to get loose as we're 25 laps in right now.
This is a dangerous track for right sides only. You can see the bumps. They are brutal. It works. It gets you some positions early, but man, later on it's going to be so scary.
Yep, and here comes Thomas McBride looking to the inside of Brad Speidel.
And Jay Felton inside of Ron Hollowfield.
Yeah, so 2 side-by-side battles right in front of each other.
And Camara's on the inside of Seth Schultz there. He lost his pace though. He was all the way alongside him on the exit. So I think Camara's done waiting.
Yeah, I think he had to back out of it a little bit just because he was getting tight. Or possibly loose. It looks like the back end trying to come around on that truck. Able to hold on to it, though.
I think we're coming up to 20 laps or so now. Let's just double check.
Yeah, I think it was around lap 12. Yeah, 16 laps into this stint so far. So, yeah, getting pretty close to the point where these trucks are going to start to lose control.
Oh,
72 down on the apron. Just barely. Here comes the 21 to the outside. Backs out of it.
Hollowfield gets past Barris, but gets loose on exit there. Barris is going to fly past like a rocket ship. Their tires are starting to go. Anyone's been pushing it is going to start getting loose. And you see Barris actually getting back alongside Ron Hollowfield. And he's going to complete the pass, I think, too. So on right side, I don't think he's more stable than Ron Hollowfield has been. Hollowfield is fighting back on the outside.
Yep, able to get to that quarter panel and still alongside just barely. And Jay Felton looking on, waiting for something to happen or a hole to open up. There goes Jay down to the inside of Ron Hollowfield.
I don't think Barris wants to be on the inside right now. That truck's already loose up. You can see him starting to slide a bit there. So that rear end step out a bit. And Hollowfield's going to take the position back, I think.
Yep, I'm going to take a quick look back at the front. Looks like these guys are still single file. Back to the battle between Barris and Ron Hollowfield. Definitely getting loose down on the inside. Hollowfield's starting to make progress and almost clear the 75. And Jay Felton looks to the outside now.
If what I'm seeing from everyone is correct, it looks like the inside line is no longer the fast place to be. It's just too loose now. The outside line's where now we're going to get to the middle line, the outside line where it's going to be faster. As you can see, Felton, just look at that, coming alongside Barris without trouble at all.
Yeah, huge power move by Felton to get up alongside and now basically clear the 75 going into turn 3.
Whoa! Thompson and Kel Thompson and Art Peck were like door to door there. I think they were trying to exchange high fives or something. That was real close.
Got to have a pretty long right arm to give somebody a high five out of one of these trucks, but right
mate, you get a stick, mate. Reach
oh yeah, there you go. The 28 and 55 back behind them are side by side. It looks like that battle actually clears up now as we're looking at it.
Oh, Barris! Look at Barris! Wow! I don't know. I'm just watching it, going, oh my god, how is he holding this?
And right now, Thomas McBride looking to the inside. I think Barris just needs to get back behind these couple trucks and just try and straighten it out and conserve the tires as much as he can, but
he was on the inside line, that's why. Now he's on the outside line. Watch him defend against McBride pretty well now, because he can keep his car straight without actually rotating too hard, losing control.
Yeah, Brad Speidel trying to find a place to go right behind these two, but there's no hole that's open.
Oh, you see McBride's car there? I'm watching it. I'm watching that rear end. They're at the point where the rear end wants to let go, but at the same time it is still a bit faster. But there's going to be a point where it's going to snap. It's just going to break and it's going to be gone. Yeah,
they're running on that right rear tire right now, which can only work for so long. You can see the 83 got a little bit loose there, slid up in front of Barris, but able to hold on to the momentum. And let's take a look a little farther up. It's still nose to tail pretty much for the top 3 trucks, and then Josh Stewart has dropped back. Stewart getting very loose there in turn 2. Almost lost control, but able to hold on to it. But he's losing a lot of ground to the leaders. Almost a second back now.
And Jay Felton and Hollowfield having a fight there. Felton did get past Hollowfield now. But I think Hollowfield might have something for him if he can get a good run on this exit. But I think, nope, looks like Felton's going to hold that off.
Yeah, I think Jay's going to be able to run away right now. Those two are going to try and make up the ground up to the top 4. Camara still stalking Seth Schultz right now, though, and Todd Cray kind of looking on, waiting for something to happen between those two. And then Josh Stewart now starting to, yeah, he's still actually losing time. Ran 0.3 slower than Todd Cray last lap. So
the thing about Stewart, he's got a mountain of pace. He always does. He throws it hard around the track. But I don't think I've ever actually seen him save the tires or the car. He just goes like 110% around every corner.
Yep.
So we have to see if he can hold on to that. I think he might have been pushing like he always does.
Yeah, and they're 23 laps into the run now, so they're definitely struggling. You can see him fighting that truck coming out of the turn, so really struggling with a loose condition. And Jay Felton starting to step away from Ron Hollifield. Looks like he's out there by about 4 or 5 truck lengths. Hollifield's now under attack from Thomas McBride.
We have a fight starting to slowly develop further back as well. You've got Patrick Sonia ahead of Christopher Munga, ahead of Adam Nowinski, and they're closing up pretty quick to each other. So we might see another fight develop between these 3 or 4 back here.
Yeah, right now single file, the 28 and 55.
Oh, Holford into the wall! He's going to get passed by Thomas McBride, Brad Sparl, and also Barris again. Just went too wide there, just ground along the wall.
Yeah, I don't
trying
see,
to leave his stripe behind.
I don't see any damage. I don't even see any scrapes on the side of that truck. Oh, a little bit on the right rear, but not too bad. I think he got away with one there and shouldn't hurt him too much.
Lost about 3 or 4 positions there, but hey, the car's in one piece. He didn't do any real damage to it. And when the car is loose, right side damage doesn't hurt too much. It's when the car is tight that right side damage really hurts.
Yep.
So he'll be fine, I think.
Just makes it tighter and tighter. And meanwhile up front, still the same. It looks like Camara actually is losing a bit of ground and now holding up Todd Cray. And they're dropping.
We might see Cray try something. I'm not sure. I think these guys are on the same channel on TeamSpeak, so they may be working together perhaps. But Cray's just been sitting there most of the race, so I wonder if he's got better tires than everybody else.
Yeah, it's hard to say. He has been running a bit higher in turns 1 and 2, and that's definitely going to help conserve the tires. But yeah, he's just waiting right now, waiting patiently. We still got a long ways to go, almost 100 laps.
Whoa! Sorry, we had a 3 wide moment. Barris, Spidle, and Ron Hollowfield. And it looks like Spidle was the one who lost out.
Yeah, I don't see... Oh, yeah, he lost a ton of ground.
And Spidle actually almost fully lost control of the car. He actually managed to gather it up really well. Well done to Spidle for saving that. That could have been him into the inside wall, but he saved it perfectly.
Yeah, all the way back to 11th right now.
Yeah, they were 3 wide. Hollowfield and Barris. Hollowfield's getting past Barris again so after his little incident. And Barris is just trying to fight him back, but he managed to hold off Spidle by getting Spidle turned, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like Patrick Desaunier got a little bit loose back there, but the 93, 55, and 28 all stacked up around each other.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, just watching Barris, his car was wiggling all over the place on exit 4. Wow!
Yeah, these guys are still side by side, so some good battling here right now to get some spots in the top 10, 6th and 7th right now.
And amazingly, Barris not only managed to hold that, he passed Hollowfield with that on the inside. That is just insanity.
Yeah, so great speed there by the 75, who's on older left side tires, a bit farther back.
Right sides only. What in the world? How is he holding that off?
Spidle still racing with Thomas McBride right now, as well as Caleb Thompson, who's drawn these two in. And then back behind them, we've got a 3-car battle as well between the 93, 55, and 28. And these guys are really going at it. 28 just looking on right now and trying to make a move when he can. But I've seen these guys kind of wiggling all over just in the back of the camera angle, and something's going to happen at some point. But these guys are definitely struggling with loose trucks.
It looks like Spidle did lose out to McBride there. Oh no, it's Spidle losing it! Bam! Into Caleb Thompson, and that's going to be a caution.
Yep, there it is. I just said something was going to happen. Let's go take a look.
So I saw Spidle lose out to McBride, and then the exit. Stepping out.
Oh wow, yeah, just tried to correct it, made some contact, corrected again, and nowhere to go for the 4 truck. And
notice, by the way, the moment he started going to the right there at the end, he realized he was done. He tried to slam on the brakes, try and get it away from Thompson. He's trying to keep it so Thompson can get away from that. But
we're going to take a look from the helmet cam of Brad Spidle and see what happens. You see him working the wheel here. You can see the truck very light in the rear, and then it starts to hook back right. And the contact is made, nowhere to go. But these guys are going to be able to get away with semi-minimal damage, I think. Spital doesn't look like he has too much overall.
Thompson's going to be pretty badly damaged. Front left, pretty bad.
Let's take a look. Yeah, he's got pretty heavy front end damage, and he's got rear and right side, so he's actually in much worse shape. But Spital not going to be too bad off after that incident, just some right rear. All right, and these guys working their way onto pit road. Seth Schultz is going to lead them down.
To see if anyone goes for right sides only. No.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work after
Agreed.
a 30-lap run.
And Barris is going to love this, man. He's going to get fresh tyres. He's going to be all good to go. He's going to be on the best tyres he had since the start of the race. He's got a chance of fighting his way forward again.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. I don't see anybody missing their box. Here comes the 93. Able to get in pretty cleanly. I think we're still waiting on the 6 to make his way up there. Rodney Kramer, after starting up in the front, is still quite a ways back in the field, but he's got most of that damage fixed. And it looks like the 72 of Camara is able to be
the
first off pit road.
Seth Schultz, what happened to him?
Schultz had a 17.8 stop, so maybe he had something double checked or accidentally checked tires or fuel again, and it just took a couple extra seconds. But yeah, 17.8, that's a really long stop. Camara had a 14.5. And
he only took tires and fuel. Like I don't think I saw anything there extended. He just had a really bad stop somehow. He had a gap to everyone behind him too. What in the world? He actually lost. What is that? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 spots.
5 spots. Just people who all took 4 tires. No pit strategy. No different. Like right sides only. They were all 4 tires and gas. What the? That's. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but that's going to help out Robert Barris, Jay Felton, Todd Cray, Josh Stewart, and David Camara, who are in the top 5.
Yeah, Camara's going to be loving life right now. It's like, yes! Yes! My favorite thing! Everyone is behind me! The wall likes being in front, so we'll see how it goes from now.
He does have the speed, though. I mean, he was able to keep up with Schultz and not really lose any ground.
He's got Josh Stewart behind him. Stewart is well known for having pace for days, so I think Camara's going to be under attack for the first 10 laps, just constantly under attack. Unless Stewart gets past.
Yeah, we did see Stewart have issues on the longer run there and start to fall off. So if he wants to, push it and get a lead and try and hold on to that for a while, he's going to have to go as soon as he can. And I think Camara's really going to have to time this restart well to be able to get out in front by a couple truck lengths. But we'll see what happens here as these guys are still working under pace laps.
Yeah. What do you think? I think he's going to take the inside line on the start. That's what I think he's going to take. What do you think?
I think that would be the smart move. It seems like it worked for the initial start. I think that was...
And he does. He likes the inside.
Yeah,
so
Rodney Kramer was on the inside for that initial start when Schultz took the outside, and it worked out for him, at least for a couple of laps. And I think Schultz definitely had more pace than Kramer and was able to get the lead back ultimately. But yeah, I think Camara, that's going to be his best bet.
There's going to be an interesting restart because there's a lot of things that have changed. We're going to see Josh Stewart up at the front now. We'll see if he has the same pace he usually does. Cray is going to be essentially where he was before, but with 2 different drivers. See if he goes for some aggression now. Barris on 4 freshies and up here. I told you he's going to move forward, and here he is. He started 10th, he's now in 4th. He did a right tire strategy. He's now got 4 tires as well. See if he's going to go for it. And then you got Jay Felton here. He's been pushing through the field. He's gone up 10 positions. And here he is sitting now in 5th. And if he's got the pace he could do before, he might have a chance here. And I want to see what Seth does. I want to see if he tries to stretch it, if he tries to save his tires, if he goes helter-skelter. What's he going to do,
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a lot of strategy that could be played out with 89 laps remaining. We've had a total of 5 lead changes here as well, and the 2 cautions for those 2 incidents. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of options.
Oh yeah, so interesting here, right? If no caution happens, we are exactly at 45 laps, which means that if they do one more stop at lap 90, they can make it to the end.
Yeah,
so if no caution happens, they got a chance.
This was timed pretty much perfectly. The fuel run is almost 60 laps. I think you said 58 was the longest they could go.
52 to 55 laps max fuel.
Okay, 55 then. Yeah, so there's 45 laps is definitely within their window, and we'll see what these guys do. Maybe some people try and short pit by a couple laps, but I think you're gonna have to split it pretty much for it to be successful.
Yeah, I'm expecting a caution, but if it doesn't happen, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because two more stops or one more stop, we have to see what people decide. But pace car's going in now.
Yeah, Kamara's on the inside line, gets him going.
He's gone.
22 does not go. Here comes the 21 on the inside.
This is what Cray wants. This is perfect for him. He had I think essentially teammate ahead of him, gets away. He's going to get on the inside of Josh Stewart going into turn 1. That is perfect for him.
Yeah, Kamara out front by 4/10 already. So a huge
Really
restart for him.
Yeah, and here comes Jay Felton the inside too. He's not waiting.
Jay Felton making the move right behind them. Here comes Seth Schultz working to the inside of Robert Barris. Those two on the outside really at a disadvantage, I think, for this first lap. Yep,
yeah,
Schultz able to clear him.
Stewart as well.
Felton able to get up into third, and he's trying to get inside of the 21 of Todd Cray.
He does too. Look at that pace. He's getting the draft from Kamara. I think might be what's giving him that, because that is amazing.
Yeah, took a little bit of a shortcut there on the front straightaway, which is legal. You can go below that that white line, and he did able to cut that and take a little shorter route. But he's still side by side.
In the draft. Look at that. You see the draft effect. It's amazing. Like Kamara can choose who gets the speed, you know?
Yep. Here comes Felton, though, able to clear the 21. And here comes Seth Schultz trying to gain those spots he lost on pit road.
He's going to get the draft from Felton, so he's going to be able to catch up and get alongside Todd Cray. This might work for him.
Yeah, Felton.
Notice how Barris is backed off. Look at this. Barris is backed way off. I think he's waiting and saving. I don't think he's actually pushing at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no reason to push. It's going to be hard to make some passes as this run goes on. But if he saves his stuff, he's going to be at a significant advantage.
Yeah, Seth's on the inside Todd Cray, though. I think he's going to get him. Look at that.
Able to clear him here. 21's going to fight back on the outside, but not able to get a good enough run. Still on the outside of Josh Stewart, though. I think he just lets him go.
Try the inside of Seth there. Looked like he was going to try the inside, but he backs off on that one. That's going to be Todd Cray from 3rd to 2nd to 5th. There's
Here
a lot
comes
of
Felton making a move on the leader, David Kamara. They're side by side going into turn 3.
I think Kamara's starting to take that outside line now, trying to save his tyres, but I think it might be a bit too early. These tyres are still too fresh. As Felton's getting a really good run the inside. He might actually get ahead of him here.
Yep, big run.
And Seth Schultz too. Look at that.
If those guys nose to tail, 72 is letting them go, it looks like. Maybe just trying to conserve. Seth Schultz peeking to the inside. Almost able to get to the inside of Jay Felton, but not quite there. Felton is the new leader, though, and Schultz able to work his way back up from 6th place after that really terrible pit stop. And here comes Josh Stewart also making a move on the inside of David Kamara.
I may be making mountains out of molds, but I think Kamara is just saving his tyres. He's been sitting on that mid to high line every single lap. It's what you're meant to do later on, but he's doing it earlier, so I think he's trying to conserve those tyres now. And let these guys ahead fight it out. Now you see Chef now going to the outside of Jay. Look at that. You're going to cross over.
Got a pretty good run coming out of turn 2. Big momentum down the backstretch, right on the bumper of Jay Felton.
Did you just push him?
I think he did. Like, let's get away from the rest of this pack. I mean, it doesn't hurt either of them to do that.
And with Josh Stewart behind him, I agree with that thought. Josh Stewart is ridiculously fast at times, so trying to get some distance would be nice.
Yeah, they're 3/10 out in front of Schultz, or in front of Stewart, who is able to get some draft at this point, but the farther they go out in front, you know, the less draft he's going to be able to get. Here goes Schultz.
Here goes Seth, yeah. Interesting is Seth was going to that really high line there. He was going up to like the 3rd groove, and the pace he was getting was amazing. I think people start looking for that and start taking the higher and higher lines. It seems to really be functioning right now. Yeah,
it doesn't look like a lot of rubber is actually getting laid down. You can see a bit in the main groove, but it just does not look as dark as I was expecting.
The interesting thing as well is that the track temperature has jumped by like 7 Fahrenheit. So maybe that line down there is getting really hot.
Yeah, it's very possible. Felton able to hold off Schultz, and Josh Stewart closing in now. Yep, here he is. And it looks like we've got some cloud cover in turns 3 and 4. Felton able to get away by a couple truck lengths, and he's going to take the higher line on the front straightaway. That's definitely going to help save some tires, but when you cut that apron, you gain a lot of time, almost 1/10 of a second. And Schultz is right back at his bumper.
Nowhere to go, though, just not quite where he wants to be. And here comes Stewart. It's going to be a 3-way bump. Oh, my God. You don't push to push it.
Yeah, that might not work. Kamara right now side by side with Thomas McBride.
Wow.
Yeah, he's made some significant progress up through the field, up into 4th place. I'm not sure where he started.
Man.
Yeah, started 22nd.
Yeah, Yeah, Felton was 15th. He's 22nd and 4th now. What in the world?
Yeah, so probably one of our biggest movers. And
yeah,
still side by side.
That's insane. I was about to say that Jay Felton had moved forward really, really well, and then all of a sudden, McBride's come from 22nd to 4th, and he's actually in a good position to actually... Oh, did he get past? No, he didn't. Never mind. He's actually in a good position to catch up to the guys ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm taking a look a little farther back. Looks like the 55 of Christopher Munger and the 12 of Frederick Hofstetter are side by side right now, racing for 12th and 13th. And that was a bigger battle. It looked like the 93 of Desaunier was able to sneak away. Here comes Adam Lewimski looking to the inside of Hofstetter.
The few little two-car fights developing. You got Seth Schultz and Felton. Occasionally Seth tries for it, fails, and then tries pushing Felton away to get away from Josh Stewart behind him. Then you have Cray and Camara. And then behind them you had Holyfield and Barris.
Yep, battle for the lead.
Some other guys further back.
Here comes Schultz again to the inside with a great run on that front straightaway. Jay lets him go. Looks like he's going to drop to 3rd place right behind Josh Stewart, who's all over the 31. And here comes
Stewart go for a pass on the next 2 laps.
Here comes McBride. Able to close in. He's now within 2 truck lengths of Felton. And Camara is dropping back just a little bit still. Todd Cray and Ron Holyfield.
3 drivers in front of him.
Yep, pretty much top 7 are grouped together. Robert Barris back in 8th is a few truck lengths back. And then it's a ways back to Adam Matson 9th and Art Peck right behind him. So pretty much an 8-truck breakaway. Everybody's single file for the moment.
Have to watch and wait with Josh Stewart. He's always got the pace, but I think we might get to the point now where his pace is going to start weaning off a bit because he might have burnt his tyres up. So we have to wait and see if he's still got more.
Yeah, he definitely pushed it hard there to catch back up to those 2 leaders. And Felton has dropped back 4 to 5 truck lengths, and I think he maybe started saving, not totally sure. But we've got a ways to go still, so no need to rush it or push it right now. McBride is starting to catch Felton, and is going to start putting him under pressure. So we'll see what happens there. Camara and Cray are pretty much lined up with those 2 as well. But everybody kind of just minding their own business right now.
Everyone's playing their own strategy. We saw Holyfield go past Barris, but Barris hasn't fallen behind from him really at all. I think he's just sitting. I think Barris is saving at the moment, trying to get some long run pace. Everyone ahead of him has been fighting, pushing forward. He's just been sitting there. He actually fell back 3 positions and just doesn't push. He just sat there.
Taking a look a little farther back, James Brown and Kirk Sager right now pretty much nose to tail, and right in front of them, Hofstetter and Franklin are side by side. So we saw Cody Franklin try that no tire strategy earlier and really hurt him. He's right now back in 14th, and they make contact. The 12 gets into the wall and able to keep it up against the wall, so no caution, but that's really going to cost him. Yeah, all the way back to 19th. Yeah, he's got heavy right front damage.
Oh, Todd Cray on the inside of McBride. McBride's actually fallen back because Camara's gotten past him. And here comes Cray on the outside. Looks like McBride might have cooked his tyres.
He did gain quite a bit of ground. He's still in a good spot in 5th place. Or Cray's in 5th place.
On the outside.
Yeah, McBride just dropping.
Now back in 7th.
Still way up from where he started in 22nd, so.
Yeah, it's a big win still, man. It's still a great achievement, but I'm wondering what happened. I have to go back and have a look.
Yeah, Barris and Holyfield now linked up on the outside and able to push past him. I think he's going to drop in right behind Barris.
I found what happened. He got a little loose on the exit of 4. That managed to gather it and save it, but he did lose a lot of pace.
Yeah, that'll heat up the tires, so he probably is just backing off to cool him back down. And taking a look at the lead, Schultz has been able to get out in front by a couple truck lengths. Stewart not really able to hold on to him right now, and then Felton, I think, is still saving just a bit and dropping back a little bit in 3rd place.
Barris the inside of Ron Holyfield.
Yep. Top 5 are kind of spread out in that battle for 6th. Is raging on. It looks like Barris may be able to get a clear on him coming out of turn 4. He does. Ron Holyfield tucks in behind, and I think those guys are just going to run nose to tail, try and catch up to the trucks in front of them. Let's take back.
We'll have to see. These guys have been fighting for a while now, so they might keep fighting.
Yeah. Let's take a look back at Christopher Munger, who is a rookie here, currently running in 12th. He's the top rookie. The other two, Joshua Kane and Travis Bennett, I believe, are both out of the race. So he's the lone rookie left in this race.
Oh, wow. We missed this. Camara had one amazing, hell of a moment. We're talking like 20 degrees sideways going through exit of 2.
Oh,
Saves
yeah.
it, goes perfectly straight, but gets eaten up by Todd Cray. That was crazy he managed to save that.
Oh, yeah, I just took a look back at the replay. So great job there by the 72, but he's going to lose that spot. Currently running in the top 5. Here comes Barris and Hollifield, though, starting to catch up.
So I was about to say that. Watch Barris now. He got past Hollifield. He managed to break away. I think he's actually starting to move now.
Meanwhile, Jay Felton to the inside of Josh Stewart. So Stewart, you can see the back end.
Outside. Look at that. Whoa!
Yeah, you can see the back of that truck really wanting to go around. Let's take a look inside and see what kind of action he's got with the wheel.
That's like I said, it's, Josh Stewart is like Christian incarnate, man. He can throw that thing around like an absolute madman. And there's a touch neck code there.
Oh wow, yeah, very close. Yeah, we're looking on the helmet cam right now. Stewart just very, very loose. You can hear the back end lose connection with the track. Oh, yeah, he's almost going around.
Felton ahead of him. You see that ahead of him? Felton was sliding a bit too. They're all pushing it now. We're getting to the point the tyres are dead again. So we're 20 laps from that last stop. So here's where the ice dance begins.
Yeah, just a little ways to go yet. They are 24 laps into this run. And Cray, right behind these guys, is starting to make up some ground as well. Let's see who's running good laps. So it looks like Cray and Camara both running 31.7s, so pretty good laps from those guys, as well as Robert Barris. Yeah, Barris making the move on the inside of Camara. Almost able to get the clear, but not quite. I think he's going to be able to going into turn 1. 72 looks like he's going to give it up and tuck in right behind, try and work the draft to catch up to those drivers in front.
So yeah, Barris had saved until this point. You notice that now he's pushed, he's gotten past Hollifield, he's gotten past Camara, and he's already closing pretty well, I think, on Todd Cray.
Yep, fastest driver on track. Last lap was Jay Felton, but Barris basically running the same time, and Stewart just a little bit off of that time. But they're starting to close in now on Seth Schultz again. At least Felton is. So
yeah, we'll I think I want to keep an eye out for Barris. See, this is what he does, so I want to see him move up again. But honestly, I'm surprised Stewart's hold on to that car, man. That thing is mental. I don't know what he's done.
Yeah, Stewart really cooked the tires, really pushing it hard, almost into the wall out of turn 2. Still holding on pretty well to Jay Felton, and those guys are both closing in on the leader, Seth Schultz. Just a little bit each lap. And we've got this 7-truck breakaway all within 2 seconds of each other, about 8/10 back to Thomas McBride in 8th place, and then we've got about a 1.5 seconds back to Adam Matz and Art Peck. So really the top 7 are the primary ones in contention.
Caution.
Caution is out.
I'm trying to figure out where this is. Whoa, what was that? I feel someone going through the grass at like light speed. What the world? Brad Spidel. I think something Brad Spidel.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some more damage. Let's take a look.
Found it. It's Brad.
Alright, yep. Just found it. The 94 truck coming out of turn 4. It looks like back end starts coming around. Brad Spidel just on the inside, nowhere to go. And they make contact, and then I lost the trucks there for a second. It looks like another truck was involved. I'm not sure. Hofstetter, it looks like, was able to cut through the grass. I don't know if he got damage from that incident or if that's just from the one before. But, yeah, just a few guys involved there. Could have been a lot worse, I think, if... what truck was that? Yeah, if Spidel had maybe gone up into him a bit more. But good job by those guys to be able to hold on to it.
Probably going to peeve Barris a bit there, because Barris was starting to wake up and start moving, and now all of a sudden he's back to the same position everybody else is in.
Yep, and these guys,
that being said, he hasn't gained or lost it. He started in 5th on that last restart, and here he is again.
These guys working their way down pit road. Schultz once again leading them. And he did a great job actually recovering after that really poor pit stop last time. He was able to get back to the lead and hold on to it for quite a while.
As Josh Stewart misses his stall by a mile.
So that's going to cost him. I didn't see. Oh, yeah, he's... And
Camara, oh no, he's too far to the right. Oh, he had to reverse and go back in again. Oh, that's going to hurt him so much. And then we're Patrick is so missing. So everyone's missing.
Here
They're
comes
still now. Everyone's
Felton.
pushing.
Is he going to be able to beat him? It's going to be pretty close. It looks like Schultz still gets him at the line. Coming out pit road, Jay Felton's going to come out second. Robert Barris third. So pretty good pit stop there for Barris. 14.6, which is one of the fastest.
Camara got eaten alive.
All the way back to 13th is the 72. 14.4 second stop, but yeah, didn't get in his box very well.
It's something I almost never see, is someone going too far to the right. I see him too far to the left, but never to the right. That's the first one. I don't think I've ever seen that here.
That's definitely going to cost him. I mean, he was up in the top 5, running very solidly, and all the way back outside the top 10 now. Let's take a look at the top 10 after they get by the line here, just to get an idea of who's where.
We're about halfway through the race, so we have to see who's been moving somewhere.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we'll do a full rundown here in just a second. We'll start with Seth Schultz. So Schultz started first, currently running first. He's led 52 laps, so definitely been the fastest truck out here so far. We haven't seen anybody really challenge him. It looks like Jay Felton has started to wake up, though, and is giving him a run for his money. Felton started 15th. He's all the way up to second and has led 7 laps. Barris started 10th, currently running third, and trying to make his move here as the race comes to a close. We still got 60 to go. Todd Cray started 6th, currently running 4th. Josh Stewart started 16th, and he is up to 5th and has shown pretty good short run speed. We'll see what he can do with 60 to go. It's going to be pretty close on fuel, I think, for a lot of these guys as well. Hollifield started 7th, currently running 6th. McBride up from 22nd into 7th place. So great job by him so far. Adam Matz started 12th, running 8th. Art Peck started 14th, running 9th, and he did lead 4 laps earlier in the race on some pit strategy. And Christopher Munger started 17th and up in 10th. He's the lone rookie left in this race and doing a good job running in the top 10. So that's just a quick run through the top 10 where everybody started and where they're running. We've had 3 cautions so far, all for pretty small incidents, no big wrecks or anything like that, and we're coming to 60 to go. 9 lead changes so far as well. So pretty good racing, very clean, and exciting side-by-side battles.
Oh yeah. We're going to ask now, we're halfway through. I want to get your early prediction. Who do you think is going to probably get away with this? Who do you think's going to, like, who's in the best position to win?
I think, I don't know, I'm looking at Jay Felton. I think he's been doing a good job of conserving the tires for the longer run. He did show some short run speed there on the last run and kind of backed out of it, but was starting to close back in on Seth Schultz. So I wouldn't be surprised if he paces himself pretty well here in this last 60 laps and is able to, you know, take this one away. But I could also see Barris right behind him doing the same thing. So a lot of potential from those 2 drivers, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely seeing, like, my favorites are in this order. Seth Schultz, just because he's in the lead and he knows how to hold it. Then Robert Barris, and then Jay Felton. We've seen Barris manage to, like, save his tires and wait for the right moment. When he strikes, he does it always at the right time, so we have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And, of course, Jay Felton, he had good early run pace and good late run pace, so he's better all round. But that track position for Seth, I think, is a bit stronger.
That being said, we still got 60 to go, and anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's who we're thinking.
We've got a lot of fast drivers in the top 10 and top 15, and a few guys trying to recover from earlier incidents. So wouldn't be surprised to see some of them make up ground or try some strategy as this goes on.
There Seth goes.
Yep, Schultz gets him going. Great jump. Jay Felton gets a pretty solid restart, and the 21 of Todd Cray is working to his outside right now, but not quite able to get a nose out in front of him. Barris making a big move already, trying to go 3 wide, but has to back out of it. Here comes the 22.
When he go between them, couldn't do that. When he go to the inside, couldn't do that. He's just like watching this wall in front of him, just like, let me through!
And here comes Stewart trying to make a move on Barris, but nowhere to go. Just going to push him down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Felton and Cray are still side by side. Felton getting a big run through 3 and 4, all the way down to the inside.
Look at that! Wow!
A big move. Schultz, I don't know what happened there. It looked like he just did not get back on the throttle fast enough. And Felton's going to take the lead again.
Wide too. That was mental from Felton. That just, wow.
A huge move. He just turned left down underneath at 31 and able to drive on by him. So we haven't seen that kind of speed from anybody this early in a run so far until now.
And such brass balls to do that. That is crazy. Because turn 4 is where everyone is dying. And they die because they go too low and exit. The rear end lets go and they're done. He went all the way down the bottom, put his foot down, just flew out of that corner. That is just crazy.
So great job there by Felton to take the lead, but really needs to conserve the tires as we still have about 60 laps to go. And don't want to burn them up too quickly because you're not going to be able to hold on for that entire time if you do. And right now the top 3 are starting to break away a little bit from Barris and Stewart, who are just kind of waiting in their tracks. And then behind them, Thomas McBride and Ron Hollifield side by side. Here comes the 36 and Art Peck also working the outside, trying to close in on Hollifield.
Little 5-car fight going on there. That's interesting to watch. Hollifield's fallen back though. He had a really good pace early. Now all of a sudden, look at this. He's getting eaten up alive.
Oh, we got contact. Art
Peck into the wall.
Yeah, just dragged along the wall a little bit. It doesn't look like he's got too much damage, but it's not going to help him at all.
Cray now inside of... we're going 3 wide now in the front stretch. Cray, Felton, and Schultz, all 3 wide going into turn 1.
Not sure what happened.
Oh, they're trying to find pace.
Felton just backing out of it now, letting those 2 race side by side.
And Felton backs up. He's now got Barris behind him. Barris is looking like he's got pace, but I think Felton should be able to defend this.
Yep, still side by side.
Look at them ahead
the lead.
of them. They're so close, they're not giving any quarter. You see, look at Seth that's just trying to like squeeze him down to that white line.
And nowhere to go
Seth
for the
defense.
21. Not able to come back up the banking like he would want, but still able to hold on to the quarter panel for right now. They're side by side going into turn 1. 31 gets an advantage. He's going to be able to clear the 21 of Todd Cray and get back out front. So Seth Schultz in familiar territory. He's been running out here pretty much all night.
I'm sorry, I look back, I'm like, what's going on with Barris and Stewart? Stewart just like pushing Barris repeatedly, just like grinding his bumper.
Yeah,
She's
maybe,
like, okay, fair enough.
I'm not sure if something happened between them earlier, maybe a little frustration that we didn't see, but I think he's just trying to work on pass and there's nowhere to go. They're running pretty much the same line. It looks like Thomas McBride doing a pretty good job reeling these guys in and peeking to the outside now of the 22. He's able to get there.
McBride has a lot of early run pace. Look at that. He's got amazing early run pace. That's what he did last time.
So Taco Bell sounds pretty good right now. I'm looking at his truck.
Oh, no.
No.
No food talk, please.
Meanwhile, Seth Schultz able to hold on to the lead. Todd Cray is sticking right with him, though, and they've really separated from Jay Felton, who's under attack from Robert Barris, Josh Stewart, and Thomas McBride. And then behind
this is
those
the best
guys,
position that Cray's been in.
Yeah, behind those guys, Camara is under attack from Ron Hollifield and James Brown, and now side by side with Adam Matz. So these guys in the bottom half of the top 10 really duking it out for those positions. Christopher Munger just outside the top 10 and 11th. Is a little
Look at
ways
Thomas
back.
McBride. He's been trying as hard as he can to get past Joshua Stewart on the inside. Oh, look, it's still going. You see Stewart's rear end there? Was that just me? You see his rear end start wiggling out there already?
I just missed it. I didn't see it, but they are 11 laps into the run. It's very possible that he may be already burned up the right rear, starting to get loose.
And now Barris on the inside of Jay Felton too. He's getting a really good run there. Oh, look how close they get. Whew.
I have a feeling Jay Felton may be trying some type of a fuel strategy because it seems like he is definitely just letting these guys go, not racing too hard, getting off throttle a little bit earlier going into the turns and just trying to carry momentum. I can't tell if he's...
Wait a second. Todd Cray's in the inside of Seth Schultz.
So big power move there coming out of turn 2, able to get inside, but very close coming out of turn 4. Schultz able to hold on to it for right now. I think Cray beats him to the line. Let's see.
Yeah, Cray's first lap led, I believe.
1/1000th of a second the difference at the line. At least according to our overlay here. This is definitely dangerous.
Because we've seen the inside line burn up your tires. One of them gets loose and they're both dead. But it looks like Cray's he's still sitting there, but he might start losing out in the next few laps.
Also, the longer they do this, the more Robert Barris is going to gain on them. And Josh Stewart, these guys pretty much all single file behind them. As soon as I say that, it looks like the 22 starts to peek to the outside, not quite able to get there. But yeah, the longer those two battle up front, it looks like they straightened it out, actually. So that's going to help them kind of pull away. Here comes Stewart to the inside of Barris.
I think he's done waiting. This is his time now.
I think he knows he's got some better short run speed and just needs to use all of it. But I don't know if that's the best tactic at the moment.
You just see the car, like when he's going through the turn 4, you see the rear end starting to like show signs of letting go. Then when he exits the corner, it starts wiggling everywhere. But he manages to hold on and gain speed. But it's just like you can see he's pushing, man. He's pushing everything.
Yeah, you can see the right side of that truck just leaning over a little bit. So he's really putting a lot of wheel into it, I think, going through the turn. But not able to complete the pass on Barris. These guys are still pretty close to each other. Here comes Felton back to the outside now.
If he can get a free pass from this without pushing his car, that's a win for him.
Yeah,
Camara's been catching up at like a rate of knots. He's been moving up quick. He's right behind these guys now.
Yep, so this is now a 5-car pack. Here comes Ron Hollifield as well, starting to gain in on these guys. Adam Matz kind of separating now from James Brown and Christopher Munger, who's under attack from Adam Nowinski.
Elton gets past Josh Stewart.
Yeah, able to clear him.
McBride's trying to.
Yeah, McBride still holding on that outside line.
Oh man, you see him, he's trying, but I think Stewart kind of closed the door. I mean, look at Felton, up further high. Up ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think Felton was just saving a bit. I mean, he took the lead very early with that big move, and I think he just dropped back trying to save the tires as much as he can. And I think Barris is kind of on the same plan. And so I think those guys are going to try and work together and move forward. And they are separating now from Thomas McBride and Josh Stewart.
Camara's back up here too. He had that bad stop, but here he is back up near the front now. In 7th position, fighting for 6th.
Yep, so big gain after that. Poor pit stop from him. Working on gaining 7 spots so far. Meanwhile, out front, Todd Cray and Seth Schultz still nose to tail, just trying to work the draft and pull away. Barris and Felton trying to pull the same strategy and not really making up too much ground right now. Let's see what kind of lap times they run at the line. Actually slower than the leaders, so I'm not sure if battling back there hurt their tires a bit more, but they are not gaining time at the moment. Right now, a little over 1 second back.
Josh Stewart's been eaten alive, so he's just been falling back.
Yeah, he got stuck on that inside line, which I don't think is the place to be, and really just lost a lot of ground. Ron Hollifield's closing in on him now, and the 22 really loose coming out of turn 4. Here comes Hollifield to the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to get the position on him going into turn 1. Peaks the inside now. Yeah, that 22, you can see it. You can see the back end. Oh, I think I heard somebody sliding. That's Jay Felton down on the apron. Into the wall. Locks it up. We've got another truck, the 93, crashing. Oh! Boom! Felton's on his roof. No caution.
That's going to be a...
Wow.
No caution at all. That was just so bad. What happened there? Why did 2 cars that entirely separated manage to cause that incident? What in the
Felton
world?
just gets loose. Almost able to save it, but hooks the right rear there, and then the 93 just slams the wall.
No, so
coincidentally,
93 had a moment with a 28. That's what caused that.
Let's go take a look.
That was 2 entirely separate situations that just came together.
Wow.
I've never seen one like that. Wow.
That's crazy, and just that they ended up in the same place at the same time, and then Felton on his roof. That is crazy.
And the funny part, I was watching Patrick Gassonia leave that incident too. He drove away, and he's just crabbing the entire way. He's still crabbing into pit lane.
That truck is definitely destroyed. I think his night is surely over. Meanwhile, out front, we still got a battle for the lead, and Jay Felton, after running so strongly, is going to be done tonight, ending up on his roof.
That's a damn shame too, because he had an amazing car tonight. He came from nowhere, coming to the front, and unfortunately he's going to fall back down again.
Yep. Meanwhile, we're still under green, which is crazy. Those trucks were off on the apron, so they weren't in the way of the other trucks or on the racing surface or anything like that, so we stay green, and that means we're still going to be pretty close on fuel, I think. That would have helped everybody. They would have been able to make it if they had pitted there. But
I can't remember, when was the last caution? 74, right?
Around there. We had about 60 laps to go when we took the green. So we're currently 23 laps into this run. And
they're going to need maybe one more stop, I think, unless someone can stretch to the end. It's going to be a one hell of a stretch, but they might be able to make it.
Yeah, they'd have to stretch it about 4 or 5 laps, which I don't know if that's possible. But this is one track where I think you can save quite a bit of fuel. I've seen it.
Oh, Stewart! Wow! I'm sorry, I kept cutting into you, but
You're
wow!
good.
He was like 20 degrees there in the corner, saves it, gets passed by a mare, but how in the world is he saving that?
Yeah. He's doing a good job,
though.
Still
has pace. He's now fighting Camaro again. He's still got pace.
Oh, clips the grass.
It's madness. It's madness.
Oh yeah, trying to make a move.
Josh Stewart, aggression incarnate. He's going to save this. Oh, he does hold on to it. It gets real close.
Camaro, yeah, very loose. Wow, the truck pivoted.
Too.
The whole truck like pivoted when he had to turn back to the right. That was pretty crazy looking. But yeah, he's able to hold on to it. Loses a couple spots back in the 7th place.
Oh, no,
there goes
Stewart.
Stewart. Sliding through the grass. I think he made contact with the wall. Let's go take a look. Oh yeah, just overcorrected, hooked the back end into the wall, clipped the right front, and I think he's able to hold on to it. Drives it down pit road.
He's going to get a speeding and pit penalty for that one.
Still fighting that truck though on the apron, waiting for a good chance to get it back up on the banking.
Wait a minute, he's got some damage that he didn't have before. Hold on.
Yeah, he got very loose coming out of turn 4, clipped the right rear on the wall, and then that hooked the right front up into the wall. And that's what caused him to shoot down into the grass. Yeah,
he's going to have to go into the pits.
All the way back to 21st. So, big loss there. Meanwhile, Seth Schultz and Todd Cray still fighting for the lead up at the front. Those guys have separated quite a ways, but Robert Barris, I think, is starting to close the gap. Running the fastest lap time there last time by.
Like I said, with Barris, you got to watch out. Mid to late, he'll pop up and start pushing really well.
Let's get a view from the helmet cam, see if he's fighting any kind of a loose condition. Looks very smooth on entry, right down to that bottom line. You can hear the back end wanting to lose touch with the track, but he keeps it pretty straight and smooth. And last time by he ran about the same lap time as the leaders, so not really gaining much. But here comes Todd Cray making his way down to pit road.
If he gets into the entry cleanly.
So we know one driver who's not going to try and stretch it. Here come a handful more. It looks like Camara makes it in cleanly. We've also got the 83 of McBride, and I think there's going to be a few more farther back.
Also saw Kerry Franklin have a moment on the front stretch. He managed to save it, no incident, but his tail end started letting go.
Let's see how these guys do.
I want to see if Schultz pits from this. No, he goes straight past.
Chooses to stay out. Robert Barris making his way in.
Brown in. Lewemski in. Franklin in.
Yeah, so quite a few drivers making their way in. I don't see anybody else behind them. Camara is making his way off pit road right now. Let's see who else we've got. Trying to catch up with some of these guys. Barris looks like he got into his spot pretty well, making his way out now. Schultz is still out there.
So is Hollowfield, and Munga, and Mats, and Jose Tellez. These guys are stretching it out a bit more, I think.
Yeah, I believe the top, it's hard to say, top 12, I think, they're all still out there. It looks like Pearson making his way in.
Here comes Seth.
Schultz working his way down pit road now. Gets on cleanly.
Helford's going to lead a lap.
Yep, so Hollowfield's still staying out there. And there is sometimes a benefit to staying out a couple extra laps. I mean, you lose all that time early on, and it looks like the guys on fresh tires are running high 30-second laps, so 30.9s, and the drivers on old tires are losing a little over a second a lap. So
yeah,
it's
going to cost him. I don't think it's about tires, it's going to be about fuel.
But I think at the end of this run, they will have a tire advantage the longer they stay out.
Ron.
Here comes Ron. Yep.
I think this is just a fuel stop. Obviously, the tire's going to help, but honestly, you wouldn't gain enough. Like, they were only running 32s on these old tires.
That's true. So it's only a second a lap
Not gaining
after
much,
30.
really.
Yeah, after 30 laps. So you might gain a little bit, but yeah, maybe only a tenth or so a lap. Not going to equalize, I think, by the end of this. We've got 28 to go, it looks like. Christopher Munger is the current leader, so the rookie, the lone rookie left in this race, staying out to lead a lap. He's still going to stay out.
I'm curious if he's going to try and clutch in a bit and try and save some fuel. Like, I want to see someone try it, just to see how far they can push it, because if they lose an extra second a lap, whoop-de-doo, it's a 30-second lap. If you lose an extra second and go like 33s doing this, you might be able to make it. And also stay ahead.
Let's take a look inside,
well, tires won't hurt.
See if he's doing anything special.
He's not. I've been listening.
Letting Todd Cray by. Cray's back on the lead lap. Nothing special for the 55, though. Adam Matt's still out there. Josue Tellez also out there. The 24 getting very loose. Onto the apron. Does a good job saving it. Clips the grass just a little, but holding on to it. So good job there by Josue. Art Peck still out there as well. Rodney Kramer still out there. Rusty Farrow and Brad Speitel all still out on track and have not made their final pit stop. And right now we've only got 9 drivers on the lead lap, so if something happens to any one of those drivers who have stayed out, it could be good for the rest of them. But
is Barris past the leader getting his lap back?
So now 10 drivers back on the lead lap. And here comes the 40 as well. That's Kirk Sagert getting 1 lap back. So Munger's still staying out. He's led 4 laps so far, and it looks like he's making his way down in now.
Yes,
and
he
that's
is.
going to hand
So
the lead
Adam
over.
Matt's lead lap.
Yep, Adam Matz. So the 59 truck staying out. Art Peck also staying out. Mike Major making his way in. Rodney Kramer chooses to stay out. Rusty Farrell and Brad Speitel all still staying out. So we only have 5 drivers left that have stayed out. And we've got 25 to go.
I believe. I believe.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. He's running 32-second laps right now. Yeah, making his way in now. Here comes Schultz to get back on the lead lap.
Schultz almost hit him too. That was crazy. Peck's going in as well, and ooh, his entrance was a little scary, but he got it.
Yeah, so
Kramer going past.
Kramer going to stay out. Rusty Farrell as well as Brad Speitel all staying out. So the top 3 are the only ones left. 24 laps to go. These guys are all pretty close to each other. I don't know if there's been any strategy or communication between these guys, but all doing a pretty good job. And Rodney Kramer did start up near the front, I believe. So yeah, he started second, currently first, and he's led 3 laps. So maybe.
And Brad Speitel having bad luck today. He got up to like top 5, and then just so many incidents in and around him, just nothing he can do.
Yeah, so we'll see if Kramer just is trying to stretch it. I mean, he doesn't show any signs of coming in, but we'll see what he does here. Meanwhile, first truck on fresh tires and fuel is Todd Cray. He is currently 16 seconds back from those guys. Robert Barris is about 1.5 seconds behind him, or 2 seconds behind him. Thomas McBride and Seth Schultz, the next drivers on fresh tires. So Hollowfield, who stayed out quite a bit longer as well, is a ways back, and I don't think he's going to be able to make up any kind of time on those guys. Kramer's still staying out, though.
I think even if he stays out, he's not going to be able to hold first place. He's a second and a tenth slower, I'd say, than Todd Cray. And Todd Cray is 50 seconds back, so it's only 15 laps. He'll catch Kramer as his time equalizes more.
Yeah, they're about 1 second between the two on lap times. Let's see. Kramer with the 32.2. Cray's going to be making his way past the line here in just a few seconds.
Yeah. I think there's a chance that Kramer, if he stays out, he could possibly hold it. But he's going to need Cray to burn his tires up and that time to equalize.
Yeah, 1.1 seconds between them. Kramer and Rusty Farrell running about the same times, and then Brad Speitel is a couple tenths slower than those guys. But there's a big battle going on right now. It's like few drivers on fresh tires trying to work their way around these trucks on older tires. 3 wide right now between the 55, the 42, and the 25. 55 backs out of it and chooses to ride behind the 42. Probably a good move.
Oh, Adam Matt's catching up to Kramer. Actually passing him. Oh wait, Adam Matt's actually pitted. Never mind, I forgot he pitted. I forgot about that.
So back on the lead lap goes the 59. The 6 of Kramer choosing to stay out still. He's got a 12-second gap to Todd Cray, who's on fresh tires. 20 laps to go. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out, but you never know. Maybe he's saving a little bit right now. But about 1.2 seconds lap time between the two. And Cray is going to gain all that back in about 10 laps if everything goes according to plan.
I think Kramer's hope's going to be that Cray and Barris fight, or maybe someone else, and try and get them to fight each other and not him.
Yeah, Robert Barris about 3 seconds back right now from Todd Cray. He's on one lap fresher tires, so no battling going on between them.
Here's the interesting thing, right? Cray's last lap was 31.2. That's a rather sudden drop-off. It's been getting worse and worse for him. And Kramer's times haven't really gotten much worse. They've actually stabilized for the last, like, 15 laps.
Kramer's running about the same lap time each time by. Cray, oh, we've got somebody coming in right now. Brad Speidel made his way to pit road. So only 2 drivers left out there. It's going to be Kramer and Rusty Farrell, who we have not seen a whole lot from tonight. Let's see where he started. He started in 23rd. He's currently running 2nd, so pretty good run. And if he can make it on fuel, you know, he may not finish in 2nd. He may end up top 10, but that's still a good run for him. So we'll see what happens with him. Cray is closing the gap now down under 10 seconds. Let's take a look. Let's see the top 5 and the distance between each of them. So Farrell's about 1.5 seconds behind Rodney Kramer. Cray is 9 seconds back. Barris 11.9, and McBride is 13.6. So those guys are pretty spread out. And right now, Todd Cray's looking like he's in the catbird seat. If these guys can't make it on fuel, even if they can, he may be able to make it past them.
I'm very curious at the moment. Like, I really don't know. I think there's a chance Kramer can make this. But it's going to be, like, Cray's going to be all over his rear in the last lap at least, if not before. Yeah,
I think it's going to be very close. Cray ran a 31.48 to Kramer's 32.36, so a little bit less than a second faster. So that time is equalizing just a bit. We'll see what Kramer can do here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the first around turn 4. Cray is about 7 miles an hour faster around the corner. So that's a significant difference in speed. That's crazy.
Yep. That time by 9/10 of a second, the difference in lap times, which 15 laps to go. It's a 5.6 second gap, or actually a 7-second gap between them. If those times equalize just a bit more, it's going to be very close. But I don't think that the 6 can make it on fuel. It doesn't.
I don't know either, to be honest. That's what I think. I think he actually might have been saving earlier.
That's possible.
I don't think he might have saved near the start there, because he went right to the back of the pack because of that incident he had earlier on. And I think he might have been slowly saving it, because I haven't seen his pace really drop all that hard. Yeah, like he started doing 32s really quickly, like maybe 15 laps after the caution, rather than 20 laps.
He ran a 32.64 last time by. Cray with a 31.46, so those times are actually growing now. Kramer
not equalizing. Yeah, they're getting worse for him.
Yeah. Actually, no, that time it was about 9/10. Cray ran a 31.6, so there's still about 9/10 of a second between the two each lap.
This is the Cinderella story for me, man. I want to see Cray win this shit. Come on, brother, you got this.
Yeah, he started up front.
I want to see him do it.
And early incidents, you know, put him way back, but we'll see what happens. We're coming close to 10 laps to go. Right now at 12. 5-second gap between the two. And then Barris is starting to close the gap between himself and Todd Cray. 2.5 seconds.
That last lap was even worse for Cray there. Wow. 32.4 for Kramer. 31.8. That's only 0.6 faster.
Yeah, so the times are equalizing. I don't know if Cray was working through some lap traffic. It doesn't look like it. Barris.
The lap car ahead of him, though, Mike Major.
Yeah, so maybe that's throwing off the aerodynamics. I'm not sure. It shouldn't. His truck's totally clean. It looks like Cray is starting to get a little bit loose, though. 21 laps into this stint. And Kramer is 51 laps into it, so this is the longest run we've seen from anyone tonight. And he's doing a very good job.
Cray 31.7, Kramer 32.5, 7 tenths or 8 tenths. Sorry.
Yeah, we're coming.
He's got a chance. 10 laps.
I think he's gonna have to pick it up just a couple tenths faster, or
yeah,
Cray's gonna have to fall off a bit more. Seth Schultz currently the fastest one on track, running a 31.48, but he is 7.5 seconds back, so I don't think he's really gonna have a chance at anything other than a top 5. Rodney Kramer. We're just gonna pull up the ticker here to show the time, the live time. 3.1 seconds between the two, and last time by was about 8 tenths again. Todd Cray faster than Kramer.
I don't think he's going to be able to hold first, but there's a chance he can maybe hold second or third.
Yeah, either way, I think it's going to be a significant improvement over where he was running before all of this happened. We're at 9 laps to go. And
I like how Cray can see him now in the distance. You can see him going into turn 1 and 2.
Yep.
Cray consistently 8 tenths faster, roughly.
Yeah, so that's not going to be enough for Rodney Kramer to be able to hold on. So he's going to have to either pick it up a little bit.
So there is 2 lap cars ahead of him. There's Mike Major and Bruce Pearson side by side ahead of him.
Here
so
comes
Kramer.
Kramer.
A rolling roadblock.
Kramer's coming into pit road.
No, Kramer, no!
Oh, not able to do it. I think he was hoping for a caution, but Todd Cray's going to take over the lead. So back out front is the 21.
My Cinderella story.
Meanwhile, Seth Schultz, who was the leader before the entire pit cycle, is back 3.7 seconds. He's a little bit faster than Cray, but not enough. Only 3 lap pressure.
He is faster than Barris, though. 2 tenths faster than Barris, and he's not too far behind him.
Yeah, he may
maybe a second or so
to get up to second. But Schultz has led 78 laps here tonight, so anything other than a win would definitely be disappointing, I think.
Oh man, my Cinderella story, though. My Cinderella story.
We'll see where Kramer comes out. I think he's going to go a lap down after all of this. Yep, he's going to be showing him 17th right now, 18th. So definitely lost a lot of ground. I don't know where he was before the entire sequence, but not in a better position as far as I can tell. Schultz, though, yeah, definitely closing. Another half tenth faster that lap. He's got a handful of laps left. And the track is
I think he's getting towards that draft too. He's getting closer to that draft. He gets in that draft of Barris, he's going to close rapidly. So got about 5-6 laps to do it.
6 tenths back right now, so closing in pretty quickly. And I think
Barris actually there getting loose on exit 2.
So these guys are closing in. Todd Cray, meanwhile, 2.7 seconds up the road, and not under any kind of pressure right now. 28 laps into the run. We haven't seen him get very loose or anything, so he's definitely done a good job keeping that truck straight. So no pressure on him right now, which is going to help.
Oh, look at Barris! I think it's from getting loose there again. I think he hit the white line, almost lost a bit, and you can see Seth catching up quickly.
Yeah, big momentum there for the 31 coming out of turn 2.
4 laps to go.
This is going to be the battle to watch, and I don't see anything really all that close. It looks like Hollifield and Nowinski are all over each other as well. That's 6th and 7th place. And then we've also got a battle between Cody Franklin and Adam Matz. Or we did have a battle. It looks like Franklin was able to get by.
I know that Seth Schultz is taking a high line. Barris is going right down to that apron.
Schultz is getting great runs, though, coming out of turn 2 and 4. Looks like they're actually running about the same line in 3 and 4, so Schultz is not... He's gaining a little bit of time on that end of the track. He's going to work down to the apron.
He's right behind Barris now. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, nose to tail. We're at 3 to go. Meanwhile, Todd Cray still pulling away. Here goes Seth Schultz to the outside.
Oh, look at that Riemann getting loose.
Oh, Schultz. I think he touched the wall. I couldn't. Wow.
No, he didn't. He got real close, though. I was watching. He's on the inside now. This is not where he wanted to be. Seth has been using the outside line. This is not where Seth has been the entire race. So this may not help him, but he's going to give it a try.
Yeah, we're coming to 2 to go.
It's a reasonable run. He doesn't go down the apron, actually. He stays above that white line. He's actually starting pushing Barris wider, I think. And caution! No!
That's going to end it. Not sure what happened. Didn't involve the leaders, as far as I can tell.
Can't find it.
Oh, I saw something.
That's going to be the race.
Yeah, that's going to end it, and that's going to give the win to Todd Cray. I think, yeah, I can't see what happens. I don't know where the caution was, but let's go take a look around and see what we can find. Oh, it looks like it was the 12 of Hofstetter getting into the wall.
All right, backstretch, look around. Oh, here it is.
Yep,
Found
Hofstetter.
it. Yeah, Hofstetter.
Yeah, got loose coming out of turn 2, gets up into the 72, and then contact with Art Peck there in the 36.
Yeah, there was nothing he could do.
Yeah, and he gets set down to the inside on the backstretch, and that's going to end it.
That is a shame, but that's going to be a win for Todd Cray. Well done.
Not sure what he's doing. It looks like he's driving past the pace car. He's going to have to stay behind it unless he wants black flag. But yeah, Todd Cray is going to be your winner. Robert Barris was able to work his way up into second and able to hold off Seth Schultz when that caution came out.
That was a brawl between the two. Hey, one more lap, Seth would have had it, man. That was getting real close. But unfortunately, Barris was saved by the bell.
Yep. And it's going to end under caution. Todd Cray leading only 11 laps at the very end of this race. Comes away with the win. Total of 4 cautions here tonight. Pretty good side-by-side battling all throughout the field. So a great race here at the Die Hard Racing League.
Oh yeah, like I thought these guys were gonna have some more trouble with the trucks than they had, but this is a masterclass, man. New cars, just trying this out, and wow, the racing was ridiculous, just crazy.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to watch. I'm not too surprised though. I've seen some other races from these guys in the Cup cars, so looking forward to broadcasting more here. Yeah.
I'll say I've loved these guys in the Xfinities. They've been amazing with that, but I honestly did not expect this. I really didn't. I expected maybe some more incidents, people getting used to a new truck, but no, this has just been amazing racing. And closer than usual, too. Yeah,
I think the trucks usually make for great racing. It kind of equalizes everybody, puts you on a nice level playing field, and yeah, the talent really comes out. Todd Cray with some good strategy, pitting a little bit earlier than some of these guys, and able to come away with the win. So awesome job by him. And let's get a good look at the truck here. That's a good one. So Todd Cray started 6th, leads 11 laps, comes away with the win. We're going to jump right to a commercial and then come back with our interviews, talk to our top 3 here, and figure out how their races went. So we will be right back. All right, and we are back now. We're going to be pulling in our 3rd place finisher here, Seth Schultz, and I believe you are with him now, Wingnut.
Hey, Seth Schultz, that's our booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yes, I do.
Dude, glad to see you up here, man.
Yeah, not what I wanted. I'm gonna be greedy now. I had a good long run car. I didn't get on pit real quick enough, and then I stayed out a little too long. I was hoping that would actually pay off towards the end, but yeah, not enough laps.
Yeah, yeah. Well, tell us about your race, man. What was the plan at the start? Because you had a really good. I think you started on the podium with that thing. How did it feel?
It it felt really good. I mean, qualifying, I hit the weather just right. Rodney did as well. And the thing that stuck to the track, my fastest lap was lap 2, which doesn't always happen. But we hit it just right, and you were darn near able to flat-foot it all the way around.
Yeah, you definitely had like a mountain of pace. Look at us, that first stop. What in the world happened? Like you just lost a lot of pace for no reason in the pit lane. Like what?
Well, I was trying to figure it out, and I've done this before in the past. I looked at my fuel and thought I was short because it minused it, but I didn't have enough, so I checked it and then realized, oh, it just put it in. So then I unchecked it, but it still did the whole acted like it was giving me fuel for like an extra 2 seconds, which put me back in the field a little bit.
Yeah, definitely hurt. But like honestly, after that, you had amazing fights with Felton, Cray. I think you had fights with what was his name? I've forgotten it. I'm sorry, Rodney Kramer. Like you had a lot of great brawls up the front. That was some really close racing.
Yeah, Kamara was up there. That was fun battling him. You know, there was a lot of guys up there, and we were racing pretty. There was the time with me. I think it was me, Todd, and Felton went 3 wide, and I'm like, well, this could be interesting, or somebody's going to give, and I wasn't going to lift, but I figured I could hold the middle, and it paid off.
Yeah, it was. You had some crazy racing with the guys. But hey, that final caution, man. I bet you were hating that. You would have had Barris one more lap, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I screwed up the pass. I should have waited because I knew I could get the better run out of 1 and 2, and even I didn't bait it good enough, and I screwed it up. But it was going to be close. I think I had him in the next turn. But either way, you know, congrats to Todd and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. But hey, I noticed that you were taking a bit of a higher line around the corners. Does that just make saving the tires, or you feel like it was faster, or what was going on with that?
The bottom as the tires wore felt like it got a lot looser. So it felt like it saved the rear tires a little better, staying up about a half lane to a full lane. And then you could get a really good run down the straights. So that was really helping. So you could actually pull them on 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I don't know. You could run a couple different lines. I felt Todd was actually better than me in 3 and 4, but you know it all worked out in the end, and we still got a good finish, makes up for last week.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, this new series with the trucks, it's definitely started really well. You've shown some really good racing. You guys only just started with these things.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, it'd have been nice to have a few green flag pit stops early on and seen how things would have shaken out, but it is what it is, and we didn't have like an overabundance of cautions, much better than iRacing's official, but it was a good race.
Oh yeah, man. Well, third place probably isn't what you wanted. You probably had your sights set a bit higher, but hey, it's still a podium. You did really great. It's good to see you up here, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta thank Clocks by Christopher for sponsoring the race. They're doing a few other ones as well this season, and then thanks some of the other guys that have also donated towards the broadcast to help cover those fees. And I don't remember if I said it, but I thank Clocks by Christopher, of course. And we're actually going to do a trophy with them for next season, which is going to be a clock. It's pretty cool looking, and hopefully everybody will like it. I know a few people didn't really like the idea of a trophy, so we decided to go with a pretty cool looking clock. And thank you guys for broadcasting, of course, and everybody that shows up week in and week out.
It's been a good series, man. A good series. I can't wait to see how this goes. A clock for the win, making me want to race now, man.
It's gonna be interesting. Well, that's next season for the clock, but I'm gonna put on a big shebang for next season, just for the simple fact that it's our 6th year, and I'm gonna be different, not do it on the 5th year. So we're gonna do it on the 6th year, and put on a good show, hopefully.
All right, go celebrate, man. You got a third place. It was a good race for you guys.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
All right, so that was our 3rd place finisher, Seth Schultz. We're going to bring up our 2nd place finisher now, Robert Barris. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, Robert. Well, you had a pretty solid run here tonight. I think you started, I don't know exactly where, I think 10th place. And you were kind of running 6th to 10th throughout the race and able to work your way up into the top 5 as the run went on. We saw you pull a 2-tire strategy early on. So what was kind of your thought process going through that?
Oh, we're just trying to make up some track position. Qualifying when I went out, I think we had a wind gust that picked up that really hurt the qualifying time. We're probably 0.3 off where we should have been, due to that. So we're just trying to make up some track position, and unfortunately, a couple guys stayed out, and that kind of ruined that. And then it was just try to play catch up the rest of the time. Middle part, we were just trying to save tires. About 15, 20 laps in, you could really tell who was saving tires and who wasn't. So we could get some spots back there. And then we had a pretty nice green flag run to end it. So that definitely helped, along with just making up some time on and off pit road.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed like you were one of the most consistent guys out there, and you'd get better as the run would go on, and others would fall off. But how was the truck kind of handling tonight to allow you to be able to race like that?
It was pretty neutral. First 15 laps of a run, maybe 20, as long as you were pretty gentle with the tires. And then after that, it would start to loosen up. And then it was just kind of a four-wheel drift, drive the car with the throttle, or I guess the truck, drive the truck off the exits with the throttle, and just be nice and smooth, get some momentum going down the straights. That last run, the track started to, I think it felt like it tightened up a little bit. I couldn't get it really to rotate. I tried to hook that white line, the Harvick line, and that last run it kind of didn't want to stay down there. So I think that was kind of the difference that Todd had. He had, I think, the middle working a little bit better and was able to gap us a little bit, that last run both times.
Yeah, I mean, you were definitely one of the smoothest out there. We went on your helmet cam a couple times, and as we saw other drivers starting to get loose on exit of the turn, it seemed like you were able to just keep the thing straight and just kind of ease back into the throttle and do a great job there. Um, so yeah, any anything else you wanted to kind of mention throughout the race? Any interesting incidents or anything like that? It seemed like pretty clean side by side racing for most of the night.
Yeah, I think overall it was not too bad. It was about kind of what I was expecting. Like I said, once you got 20 or so laps in, the truck started to get a little bit hard to handle, and you could tell the people who weren't taking care of their equipment really started to suffer. So I think we a couple of times had cautions, 30 or so laps in, and that last run, I think for the most part, um, we didn't get a caution. So I think we ran 50 or so laps, but most people split the run in half. So that was right before the caution probably would have come out. So that was, I think, kind of good timing on there. Otherwise, yeah, it was a pretty fun event. We had one time towards the beginning, I think it was the 83 truck had some sort of an issue off turn 4. I was shoved up so far behind Brad that I don't know what happened, but Brad just stopped, and fortunately I had good enough reaction time in a lane to switch to, so I didn't run over Brad and mess the front of the truck up. Other than that, it was pretty uneventful from my windshield.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job tonight. Next week, I believe you guys are going to Martinsville. So, any thoughts on going out there?
That's a fun track. It's a place that I really like. The it really makes good use of being able to be really good with the brakes, which I think I tend to do really well. And then drive off. So if you can get the truck to rotate the center with brakes, then you can really get some drive off. And so I'm looking forward to it. I don't think that's one of my favorite tracks to run at. I don't think I've gotten a win there in the league, so maybe we can take care of that next week.
Cool. Well, we're definitely excited to go there. It's one of my favorite tracks as well, and really excited to see what kind of show you guys put on. But as far as tonight, second place finish, really solid run for you here tonight. Robert, anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go celebrate?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to thank the Snack Cake guys coming on board with their colors again for another season. Go check them out on YouTube, Facebook, I think Instagram, all the social media for their content, all their love for snack cakes. Clocks by Christopher for sponsoring the race. It's not too terribly expensive to host these events and have them broadcasted, but it does cost a little bit. So they're helping us to cover the costs. You guys at SR Broadcasting for doing the broadcasting. You guys doing an awesome job, and just everybody who came out to race with us and watched. Hopefully, we put on a good show.
Awesome, man. Well, you guys definitely did put on a great show, and we're looking forward to seeing how you run next week. So for now, go ahead and go celebrate that second place.
10-4, thank you.
All right. All right, so that was our second place finisher, Robert Barris. We're going to be going to grab our winner here. I'm trying to get Robert back up in the right room. I'm not able to. There he goes. Okay, so our winner here, Todd Cray. I just moved him in the wrong room. Todd Cray, you got a copy?
Hey guys, got you.
Hey, I moved you to the wrong room there for just a second, but great run here tonight, man. Started 6th, led 11 laps, and you come away with the win here late in the going. But you were one of the fastest guys out there. Just kind of give us a rundown of how your race went.
Early on, it was real tight quarters. You know, a lot of hard racing. Not really a lot of room to save any tires there. Had to go a little harder earlier than we wanted to, and you know, she got a little loose the first run or two. So it was really coming down to not making any big mistakes there. As the race proceeded, you know, the trucks just start feeling better and better and better. And at the end there, I think before that last pit stop, we got with Seth, and we were putting it on him a little bit, and he was fast and had a little bit of an advantage there where I was able to peel off to get the pit road, try a little bit of a short pit there, try to get that lead. And I'm not sure what happened to him, but somehow we came out first and didn't look back. So, you know, got to feel good about that one.
Yeah, he stayed out about 3 extra laps, so I think that's what really ended up costing him. And you were definitely, I think you were just as fast. You were able to battle with him for the majority of the night. You know, fighting the loose condition. We saw some other drivers, you know, fade away, and you guys would just kind of pull away from the rest of the field. So definitely a solid run for you. But yeah, just kind of how did the truck feel, I guess, as the race progressed, especially in that last run being like 60 laps long?
Yeah. Actually, as it progressed, it just kept feeling better to me. I guess the track was rubbering up real nice, and had a lot to do with throttle control, and just trying to save and just, you know, try to get through to those turns without too much scrub. And if you noticed, I was well, Seth was as well, using that high line there in 1 and 2, and that really felt good. 3 and 4 was a little tougher for me tonight, but as that track rubbered in, I didn't have as much of a loose feeling. And when we came out of that last pit stop with a little bumper there with time, you know, just kind of stayed patient and not make no big mistakes. That was pretty much you know, what was going through my mind there in that last run.
Yeah, good ask, man. Good ask. Near the end there, we saw Kramer trying to stretch it out. Do you think he was going to make it, or you think you're going to catch him no matter what?
Honestly, I really didn't know, because we were talking fuel mileage with my teammates, and you know, we just kind of made a plan. I stuck to it, and I was a little surprised there at the end. So to be honest, I wasn't positive what was going to happen there, but I think I was within 2 seconds. I think we were making up time. So either way, I think we were going to get there. But it was a cool race, that's for sure.
Absolutely, man.
We were pretty excited trying to figure out what was going to happen. You were gaining like, I think, 0.8 of a second a lap, and it seemed like you were going to get there. But if it started to equalize a little bit more and he was able to keep his pace, it was going to be close. But definitely a lot of fun to watch you closing in and the battling that was going on out there, out in front.
Yeah, that was real fun. I mean, because, you know, Seth was fast. I knew Robert. Yeah, anytime Robert's behind you, you know, he's saving, he's getting ready to make his move. And then you had the 6 truck out there trying to do his thing. And like you said, it was just an exciting. It was a good, solid race, especially the last half of the race. You know, I think, but just really using that throttle control and patience, and not putting that pedal back to the metal too fast, and, you know, work that right rear. So you know, just awesome night. I mean, really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Next week we're going to somewhere completely different, Martinsville Speedway. What are your thoughts going out there?
Pretty much my favorite track there is. So it's tough in the trucks, fix that up. But you know, I think we're going to have to work on qualifying and get a good starting spot, and you know, we could bang them around a little bit more there. So it should be interesting. Like I said, it's one of my favorite tracks, though. So see how it goes. I know a lot of guys in league are fast there, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places, and that's what Robert was saying as well. He's really excited to head over there. And if you guys need some tips, I've got a little trick that sometimes works at that track. So if you guys want to reach out at some point,
okay.
But I don't know if you need the help. I mean, after tonight's performance, it was definitely you know, I think you might be able to handle it on your own. But if you guys ever want to talk about our practice, there's a little strategy that sometimes works over there.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So we can talk about that another time. But for tonight's race, you come away with the win, leading 11 laps right there at the end. You were right at the chomping at the bit pretty much all night, right behind Seth, and able to pull away at the very end. So before we let you go to celebrate this victory, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, well, we'll shout out to SR Broadcasting. Putting on the show. It's awesome to go back, watch the feed, and just kind of immerse ourselves in the race. That's really cool. Clocks by Christopher tonight in the DieHard Racing League was our main sponsor, which is one of my main sponsors. So it's clocksbychristopher.com, and you got 50% off any brand new grandfather clock this week. So I'll just throw that out there again. Anytime we get a win, my sponsor, Clocks by Christopher, throws that out there. So that's pretty cool. Wounded Warrior Project is on tonight. Support everything they're doing with Combat Stress Recovery Program. That's pretty awesome. I want to make a donation tonight to those guys after the race. And my teammates at TikTok Motorsport, Patrick, Dave, Jason, some other guys that weren't here tonight, but they all play a part and make it a lot of fun. So I guess that's about it, man. That's it.
Awesome, man. Well, again, great run, great victory, and we look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great night.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right, so that was our winner, Todd Cray, coming away with the victory, starting 6th, leading those last 11 laps, and pulling away to take the checkered flag. So great run here tonight for all these guys, only 4 cautions. Wingnut, any last thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, I said to the guys myself, I was honestly surprised. We expected a lot more incidents from these guys in their first races in the trucks, and like in this track, it was loose as hell, but only 4 cautions, there were minor ones. Like, these guys are amazing. They did a really good job here.
Yeah, it was definitely a great show. I'm very excited to come back and broadcast next week. Martinsville is going to be a heck of a battle, I think, between some of these guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And we've seen races that have been caution-filled over there, but I think after tonight's performance, I'm pretty confident these guys will be nice and smooth, and there will be some really fun battling. So really looking forward to that. And I think that's going to conclude tonight's broadcast, other than the results, which we can go through. Let's go take a look.
Fortunately, I don't have it up, so you have to do it all on your own, man. No.
All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Your winner tonight, Todd Cray, started 6th, coming away with the victory there at the very end. And second place, Robert Barris, ran a very smooth race all night, just comes up a little bit short, finishing 2nd. Seth Schultz dominated tonight, and pit strategy kind of put him behind, finishing 3rd. Thomas Bride with a solid run in 4th. James Brown rounds out the top 5. Adam Nowinski, I'll get that, finishes 6th. Ron Hollifield comes in 7th. David Camara finishes 8th. Cody Franklin 9th. And Adam Matz rounds out the top 10. Christopher Munger, a rookie here, finishes 11th, just outside the top 10. Art Peck finishes 12th. Josue Tellez finishes 13th. Mike Major finishes 14th. Brad Spital comes home 15th. Bruce Pearson 16th. Rodney Kramer 17th. Adam Lewis 18th. Frederick Hofstetter 19th. And Josh Stewart comes home 20th. Rusty Farrell comes home 21st. Kirk Sagert comes home 22nd. Patrick DeSaunier comes home 23rd. Jay Felton, after getting flipped on his roof, comes home 24th. Kenneth Sagert 25th. Caleb Thompson 26th. Travis Bennett 27th. And Joshua Kane rounds out the field in 28th. So that's going to be tonight's race. A really great race here, put on by Clocks by Christopher here in the Die Hard Racing League. We look forward to bringing these guys their action from Martinsville to you next week, Sunday night, same time, starting at 8:25 Eastern. We look forward to bringing that to you. We've got a couple more races between now and then here live on broadcasting. We're going to be having some Paskies races, as well as the SOMO Capital Auto Repair and Truck Series on Wednesday night. So be on the lookout for those. These guys do have another series. I believe they run possibly another night of the week as well. So keep an eye out for those races as well. And if you want to get involved with what they're doing over here, just reach out and apply to the league, and I'm sure they may have some room for you. But Wingnut, thanks so much for helping out here tonight. I think this was an awesome race, awesome broadcast, and really looking forward to next week.
Absolutely, mate.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and that's going to conclude tonight's broadcast, and we will catch you all next time.
Have a good one.